Welcome to the Thrive Forever Fit Show. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm your host, Jay Nixon, and this episode today is going to be about why you keep selling yourself short, why you keep saying you want things, but you don't apply the necessary effort to get those things. But before we jump into the episode, I want to remind you that I have a free Facebook group where I talk about movement, I talk about meals, I talk about mindset. I help you get to where it is that you want to go in life. It's a free group. It's called Wellness Lab Launchpad. I highly suggest you cruise over there, search groups, Wellness Lab Launchpad. It's got a little rocket ship blasting off. Ask to join the group, guys. I'll let you in. It's going to be a great place for you to get resources, tools, techniques, knowledge, accountability, support, which are two of the most important pieces of the puzzle, and it's absolutely free. So let's jump into today's episode. I thought about this today while I was working out, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well. I'm going to talk to you guys today about things that I've done, things that I've said I wanted, but I didn't apply the necessary effort to get those things. So the first thing that came to mind today is when I decided, when I wrote The Overweight Mind, I decided 2 years before I actually wrote the book. I came up with the title, I came up with the idea, I came up with the concept, and then 2 years later, I actually wrote the book. So I did the very thing that you're probably guilty of doing right now. I was guilty of it as well. I'm not immune. Successful people are not immune to the same trials, the same tribulations that everyone else in the world goes through. They just find a way to get past the obstacles, to get past the adversity, to go through them and actually grow through them. So the question to you today is, what is it that you keep saying that you want, but you're not applying the necessary effort to get that thing? Because here's a truth bomb for you. The truth, write this down. In life, you will never have more than you believe you deserve. And so the reason you're not getting the thing that you say that you want, the reason you're not applying the necessary effort, the necessary resources, the necessary commitment to the thing that you say that you want is because you don't believe you deserve it. So for me, it was writing my first book, The Overweight Mind. In my mind, I created this scenario that who am I to write a book? I'm not a great writer. I'm not that articulate. I don't spell very well. I had all this laundry list of excuses that kept popping up. And what I did to overcome those excuses is I got support and I got accountability. I found a group of guys that had a mastermind, and one of the guys in the mastermind, the guy actually leading the mastermind, had written a book before. And so I'm like, this is how you do it. It's modeling. If you want to be successful in life, you model the behaviors of someone that has done what it is that you want to do. So therefore, I joined the mastermind, I modeled, I followed the steps, I followed the procedures, I followed the protocol. I got myself in an environment, the power of proximity that got me to where I wanted to go in life. But before I did that, the 2 years before, when I had the title, bought the URL, had the chapters, wrote some notes here and there, had a laundry list of things that I was gonna do, but I never applied the necessary force, the necessary committed effort to actually get the book written until I found the accountability and support that I needed. Now I've written 2 books, 2 best-selling books, because now I know that those perceived obstacles that I created in my mind, my disbelief in myself was self-induced. I created all that in my own brain. And now that I know how to do that, I know how to get over those obstacles. I know how to go through that adversity. I know how to write books. I know how to publish books. I know how to sell books. I know how to get people to read my books. It's not even an obstacle anymore. I may write my 3rd book, and if I decide to do it, it'll be 0 pressure. I'll just write the book because I know what I'm doing. And I believe, because I've done it twice before, that I can do it. And I believe it'll be successful. I know it'll be successful. And so that's the thing, is we have recall as humans. If we can recall an instant or a moment or a time whenever we had success, that will propel us to have more success in another area or in that same area of life. Now I don't even think about it. So what is it in your life that you keep quitting on yourself on? And you're not quitting because you want to quit. You're quitting because you don't believe you deserve to have what it is you say you want. Let's break this down. Most of you guys listening have quit on yourself multiple times when it comes to your health and fitness. For some reason, you believe you don't deserve to be healthy and fit. You believe you don't deserve to have the body that you desire, the one you think about. You believe you don't deserve for some reason to feel good, to be happy, to love your body, to look in the mirror and be proud of what you see. For some reason, you're holding yourself back because of a lack of belief. And it may be because you've quit on yourself so many times. And when you quit on yourself, that creates self-doubt. Self-doubt leads to more and more and more opportunity to quit on yourself again. It becomes easier. Every time you quit on yourself, it gets a little easier to quit the next time and the next time and the next time, because you create this belief system that you don't deserve it. When in actuality, when in reality, you do deserve it. You deserve to be, do, and have anything in life that it is that you want, as long as you're willing to apply the necessary effort, the necessary force to get that person, place, or thing that you desire. Most people say they want money. Most people say they want to be rich. Most people say they want to be a millionaire, but they're not willing to put in the work to get to that level of income. They're not willing to quit the easy job they have to take the hard job that'll actually get them to the money to get to the level of money that they say they desire. They're not willing to get that second job. They're not willing to get a side hustle. They're not willing to do the little things necessary to get where it is they say they want to go. And then they would create this belief system that this is all that they are supposed to have. They're not supposed to be rich. They're not supposed to be wealthy. Their parents weren't wealthy. They're supposed to suffer. Rich people are evil. Money sucks. Money's evil. There's not enough money to go around. You know the scenario. You've talked about this in your brain 1,000 times, but you still, when you're by yourself and you think about money, you wish you had more of it. You wish you were a millionaire. You wish you had that job that you really want to do. Most of you guys are working in a job that you absolutely freaking hate to go to every single day, but you keep doing it because there's this perceived illusion of security that you have this thing. When in actuality, your life is miserable because of the illusion you've created around this job being the central focus and the central being of your life. When if you actually did what it is that you're supposed to do, that you want to do, that you desire to do, you'd be happier, you'd have way more money, you'd do all the things that you could do. But for some reason, you don't believe you deserve it. So what we've got to do is we've got to figure out, how do you get to that next level? It's accountability and support. You've got to find someone, someplace, something, some group of people, a person that can give you the accountability and the support to get to that next level. A coach, a mentor, whatever it is. Let's talk about relationships. Some of you guys want everybody wants a magical relationship, but most of you guys aren't willing to do what it takes to get that relationship. Take this, for example. Most people, this is going to piss some people off, but I'm totally okay with that. Most people are in dysfunctional relationships because they themselves are dysfunctional. And when you take a dysfunctional piece into a union, that dysfunction spreads like a disease, and now the whole damn thing becomes dysfunctional. Most relationships, you take two dysfunctional beings, you put them together, and holy shit, do you have a whole bowl of chaos. And we wonder why relationships don't work. We wonder why marriages don't work. That things aren't perfect, but we think we'll get married and everything will be okay. We'll have a baby and everything will be okay. See, the human concept is add more and it will make it better. When in actuality, it's if you delete more, things will get better. Delete your bad behaviors. Delete the things that are holding you back in life. And so my suggestion on that is this: get yourself right before you join a union with another person, or before you go out and seek the union of another person. Because if you are damaged, if you are fractured, if you are anxiety-ridden, depressed, anxious, miserable, you will find that exact same person out there that is the mirror image of you. You two will come together and it will create misery like you have never seen in your life before. But if you get yourself straight, if you get yourself where you're happy with how you look, how you feel, how you act, how you think, how you talk, the money you make and everything, you will find that same mirror image out there of yourself in the other person, and you guys will create a magical, beautiful union. You're like, Jay, that sounds crazy, but a little bit awesome, right? Could it be true? Well, hell yeah, it's true. Look around. Look at the relationships you're in, the ones you've had, the ones other people are in, the ones other people have had. The scenario runs the same way every single time. When there's a joker in the relationship turns out to be a joker. When there's a damaged person in the relationship, the relationship turns out to be what? Damaged. When there's depression in one person, what does the relationship turn out to be? Depressed. Right? You see the patterns. We're smart people, but we think if we just add, no, she'll make me better. He'll make me better. We'll have a baby. That'll make it better. We'll do that. We'll move. That'll make it better. We'll get a bigger house. That'll make it better. None of that makes it better. It exacerbates the situation. It band-aids the situation for a moment, and it actually makes it worse. When you rip the Band-Aid off, the gangrene is spread, and now you got to cut the leg off. That just got weird. I have no idea why I even thought of that. Health and fitness. Let's talk about it. Most of you guys have been on so many diets, you can't remember the first diet you were on. Most of you guys, I've used this analogy before. People come to me and they're like, hey, I'm going to do Jenny Craig again for like the 15th time. You know Jenny Craig doesn't work, because if it did, you wouldn't be doing it for the 15th time. You see what I'm saying? This is why I always talk about transformation versus diet. I did a whole podcast on it like 3 or 4 episodes ago. A diet is proven to fail. A diet is like going into that relationship that you know is going to fail, but you do it anyway because you think that's what you're supposed to do. You know before you start a diet. New Year's is coming up. Some of you guys are going to start diets. You're going to Google what's the best way to lose 10 pounds, and you're going to read all this shit. You're going to go to the grocery store. You're going to buy a whole bunch of crap you're never going to eat. And then in 4 days, you're going to go to the gym for 3 days. 4 days, you're going to come around and you're going to go right back to what it is you were doing, because you really didn't make the decision. You really didn't make the commitment. It goes back to this. What do you say you want, but you're not willing to work hard enough to get it? Because I want to be honest with you here. Success does not come easy. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Everybody likes to talk about that. Like, that person's so lucky. That person has been working their ass off for 35 years. That's why they can do what they do now. That person is so healthy and fit. It's so easy for you. I have been going to the gym since I was in the 6th grade. Think about that. I have been working out almost every day, 365 days a year, since I was in the 6th grade. I don't even know how old you're in the 6th grade. Maybe like 10? I'm 45. For 35 years, I've been going to the gym almost every single day, 365 days a year. Health and fitness does not come easy to me, but I am willing to do the work necessary to get what it is that I want to get. I used to have a beautiful job. I used to have a job in corporate America. I had a company car, pharmaceutical company, unlimited expense account. You name it, I had it. Making 6 figures easy a year. And I quit it to have the life that I knew that I wanted, that I'd never get by doing something that I was miserable doing. I would have just made maybe barely 6 figures. I would have a mediocre life. And I quit it. I walked away from it all to do what it is that I'm doing today, living in purpose, on purpose. And I can't tell you how beautiful my life is. Amazing, unbelievable. Relationships. I used to destroy relationships because I was unhappy. I was unfulfilled. I was unsatisfied. And I would take my unfulfilled, unsatisfied, unhappy self into another relationship with another unhappy, unfulfilled, unsatisfied person that I found out there, because we would attract mirror images of ourselves, and they would be disasters, horrible. So finally I got my shit straight. I fixed myself. I figured out me. And then I found the most amazing woman in the world, Lori. You guys have heard me talk about her ad nauseum. But that's how it happened. I fixed me first. And then I got to get the woman that I deserved. I would have never been able to keep Lori in my life if I hadn't got my shit together. I would have destroyed the relationship just like I destroyed all the ones before. So if you're doing that, stop thinking that you're going to fix this other person. You got to fix you first. Stop thinking you're going to go out there and find somebody and change them. You got to change you first. And then you won't need to change the person you find, because they'll be perfect. They'll be the mirror image of what it is that you deserve and desire. It's the same thing with your health and fitness, guys. Do the work necessary to get what it is that you say you want. And it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the podcast. You'll never have more than you believe you deserve. So if you don't believe you deserve it, you've got to figure out why. And here's what I can tell you. Coaching, mentoring, proximity, modeling have been the key pieces of the puzzle of all of my success. They've made my relationships better. They've made my work better. They've made my health and fitness better. They've made everything better for me because accountability, support, getting knowledge from places that you don't have the knowledge of your own to gather, modeling behavior, modeling actions to get further faster, that is the key to success in life. If you're struggling with your health and fitness, you have got to get into a program, into a group, find a support and accountability. I've offered it to you already for free. Free group, Wellness Lab Launchpad. Go there now. Don't even listen to the rest of the shit that I'm going to say. Wellness Lab Launchpad on Facebook. Go there, request access, get around people that are being successful. Get around people that will motivate you to be your best self. Get around people that will give you support and accountability and knowledge to get where it is that you want to go. And then when you get that knowledge, when you get that support, you get that accountability, do the work. Work hard enough to get what it is that you say that you want. Don't keep saying you want stuff and then not doing the work necessary to get it and then coming up with excuses on why you didn't get there. There's only one excuse. You've never made the decision to go all in. You always have a plan B. You always have an excuse available. And those two things, plan Bs and excuses, will kill every dream you've ever had. Get rid of both. No plan B and no excuses. Make the decision to go all in on whatever it is. If you want to be healthier, make the decision to do it. If you want more money, make the decision to get it. If you want a better relationship, make the decision to work on yourself and get you where you need to be in order to attract the person that you want to attract. Because we attract, all we are is energy, all we are is a magnet. If you will change your brain, you will change the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act, the way you talk. Speak and talk are the same thing, but hell, let's do them both, right? You will change everything. You will attract a different quality of people. You will attract different things into your life. You will behave differently, which behavior leads to actions. Your actions will be different. You'll work harder. Things will get better for you. And most importantly, believe you deserve what it is that you desire, because you'll never have in life more than you believe you deserve. And I am a firm believer. I know this because I was there. I was right where you are. You can be, do, and have anything in the world that you want if you're willing to apply the necessary effort and force to get it. Effort and force over time will get you everything you desire. They'll get you the health and fitness you want. They'll get you the money you want. They'll get you the relationships you want. They'll get you everything you desire in life. But you got to do those two things. You got to burn your boats. No plan. That means no plan B. You got to stop those excuses. You got to, I mean, you know what they are. Even when you say them, they make you throw up in your mouth a little bit because you've used them so many times. You know they're not even true. You know they're just things that you use to get what you want to get, which is out of the situation that you've got yourself into. My suggestion is get into that situation and don't let yourself out, regardless of how yucky it feels at first, because change is difficult. I shouldn't even say that. Change isn't difficult. Change is perceived as difficult. Change is challenging. But inside that challenge, inside that adversity is where you will find every piece of magic in your life. Nothing in life, no successful person ever has got to that success, has got to that magic, has got to that relationship, money, health, and fitness they wanted without going through the adversity to get there. It's a true statement. Not one person. And you're going to have to do that too. I can promise you this though, it's worth it and you're worth it. So let's do this. Let's believe we deserve the things we desire. Let's burn our boats. Let's get our butts over to the Wellness Lab Launchpad. Ask to join the group. I'm going to let you in for free. It's free and support. It's accountability. It's amazingness. It's awesomeness. It's a no-brainer. If you're trying to talk yourself out of doing that, if you won't even do that, what else will you want? What else won't you do? Right? Get over there. Go now. Let's make some changes. Let's make 2020 the best year of your freaking life. Let's make some big changes. And let's make 2020 the life that you deserve. I know you can do it. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to hold you accountable. I'm here to give you knowledge. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to high five you. I'm here to pick you up when you fall. Take advantage of it, right? All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for listening to this podcast. You absolutely rock. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a review down below. High five me. Do something to let me know that you like the content that we're delivering. If you're listening on iTunes, do the same thing. I could use as many iTunes reviews as humanly possible. I think I'm at like 70 or something like that right now. Get me up to 100. get JJ over 100 reviews on iTunes. That would be the thing to do. That would be the greatest gift you could give me if you would do that. Share this podcast with a friend or a family member or somebody that you know needs to hear it. Thank you for listening, guys. Love you. Let me know how I can help you, and we'll talk again soon. All right. See ya.